Millions of people are going to be impacted due to scams here in the United States. And many of these scams don't even feel like a scam until you're in it. I want to explain what's going on, how millions and millions of people are being impacted, and just last year alone, the American people experienced more than $12 billion in losses due to scams. I want to make sure you are not getting scammed and that you can protect your money. So I'm going to show you a bunch of the scams that are going on right now and how so many people are getting away with it. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So scams are taking place because of this. Because people want money. But it goes in both directions. Here's what's going on. Right now, there's a lot of uncertainty here in the United States. We have tariffs that are potentially going into effect. People are experiencing layoffs. Many are behind on their rent, on their mortgage, on their car payments, and so much more. But everybody believes that their problems can be solved with a little bit of money. Well, here's the issue. Right now, what we are seeing is people are being taken advantage of. Think about this, for instance. Okay? Let's say you are struggling, right? You want to just go and sell a car, right? A car is one of the bigger ticket items that most people have that they could offload to somebody else. They could take that money that they get from it. They can pay for their rent. They can put food on the table, and they can do other things. Well, look at this. I want to show you this clip right here. This right here, these people are walking around looking at this car. You can see it, okay? They're looking around, this older gentleman showing them the car. Now, what's about to happen is simple. Somebody's back there talking to the guy where other people over here by the engine. Now, what are they doing? Well, they're reaching into the engine compartment. They're disconnecting one of the sensors, okay? Now, I'm not going to play this entire video. You can kind of see what's happening. But this is something that goes on all the time, okay? Listen to this. Here are just a couple of the car scams. People are test driving cars, will loosen or they'll pretty much disconnect a sensor, which would make the car run poorly or just something isn't going right. A lot of it will be an O2 sensor or something like that. Another thing that they do is they'll loosen the spark plug wires. And so then it creates an engine misfire. The check engine light goes on, the car sometimes will sputter, but it doesn't run right. And most people don't know what they're looking at to fix that problem. Here's another one. This one of the something that people have been doing for years. They pull out the fuses to windows, to the radio. If you have a sunroof, they'll disconnect it. Okay? They'll do it to lights. So then you think, oh, there's a big issue. What's going on? And then they try to get your car for much less. So if your engine's struggling to work properly, the lights don't work, the windows won't roll up or down, your sunroof is open, or let's say you have a convertible and the top is stuck halfway, you're probably thinking, well, man, I need to get rid of that. So instead of you getting $10,000 for your vehicle, maybe they only offer you $4,000 because there's all these problems. But again, they just tricked you. They scammed you. But it doesn't end there. People that are selling, let's say, iPhones, for instance. And I've seen so many of these videos online where people are selling, let's say, an iPhone 14 Pro Max. And they take the iPhone and they stick it in an iPhone 16 Pro Max box. And they make sure it is properly sealed, right? The way you do that, right? Well, actually, I'm not even going to say the way you do it. But anyway, what happens is people then see, oh, it's brand new, sealed in the original box. It hasn't been opened, yet it has. And, okay, that's perfect. I'm going to buy it. Guess what? You pay them money, and usually this is done on Facebook. This is done through Craigslist, right? But people pay for it. They open it up, see it's not the right phone, but it's too late. The seller already left, right? You went to go sell the item down at the local convenience store, at the gas station. And now they're nowhere to be found. The phone number that you contacted them on before, or that Facebook account, well, it doesn't even exist. They deleted it. They got you. But guess what? It gets even bigger. Here's something that we've been seeing a lot lately. It says, did you get a text message saying you owe money for tolls? Don't fall for this scam. Just the other day, I received another message. I usually get one probably every week that I'm behind on my payments or I need to make a toll payment. Okay, here in Washington State, we have something called Easy Pass. Well, I never have to make a payment. Okay, it all just automatically comes out whenever my car passes through the tolls. Right, perfect. Right, have a little pass. Everything just goes right through. But I continue to get these. It's not just here in Washington State either. Look at this one. It says law enforcement warns public of tech scams involving tolling agencies. This is in North Carolina. It says law enforcement agencies are warning residents about scams involving unpaid tolls. The Brunswick County Sheriff's Office says that North Carolina Quick Pass does not ask for payment through text and will only send messages from the number 696277. Yeah, we are continuing to see these scams. They can continue to pop up. Here's one right here. Look at this. Rental scams. How to recognize and avoid a rental fraud. Here's what's happening. People are trying to ask for roommates, right? And this is something I've seen so often. Okay? Over on TikTok, there's so many different videos on this where people are saying that they were looking for a roommate. So the roommate would come in and they'd see the room. Oh, that's perfect. All right, great. You like it? Perfect. That's $1,000. Your share is $1,000. The fridge will be stocked up, and they oversell this. Okay? So the deal is too good to be true. And when something's too good to be true, it normally is. But in this case, this is a rental scam where people are getting an Airbnb. And the crazy thing is, this happens to many people at the same time. So on TikTok, I saw this where somebody rented an Airbnb. They rented it for a few days, is my guess. But what happened is the people were searching for a roommate. So they put this online, and it was $1,000. You get your room, which is a great house. You get your own room, your own bathroom, comes with your own living space because they're two separate floors. Right? Only $1,000. You get the bottom half of this nice house. The fridge is fully stocked. You're not responsible for any of the food, but you can have whatever you want. All utilities are paid for, everything, and you get a parking spot. So all the great stuff, right? Well, guess what happens? It's an Airbnb, but yet they say if you want it, you have to pay the deposit. It's $1,000 and it's yours. It's $1,000 every single month. You only got to pay the first month. That's it. Okay? And they take your $1,000 and they say, okay, you can move in 3 days. 3 days. That's why I'm guessing it's a 3-day Airbnb stay. But they say you can move in 3 days. Because according to the video, that's when the roommate is moving out. So they get somebody in, let's say on a Friday, right? And yep, they want $1,000. They get somebody in on Saturday. Yep, they want $1,000. Get somebody in on Sunday. Yep, they want another $1,000. They just made $3,000. They rented this Airbnb one time for, let's say, 3 days. Come Monday, when all these people think they're moving in, guess what? They're not moving in because it's not even their house. There's nobody there. And when they contact your phone number, you're gone. Yeah, it's happening a lot. But here's another one. Fake jobs and phone calls. It says how Americans lost $12.5 billion to fraud in 2024. What's happening is people are just falling for the simplest scams. And it's because they're struggling and they need money. People are going to take advantage of you. Okay? I don't want that to happen. I've seen so many people say, oh yeah, you can go and buy Bitcoin at this price, but you just got to buy it through this website. Go get this app. You can go and get it at an incredible deal. No, it's not going to happen. They offer fake jobs. Okay, here's a big one, just to give you a little warning, that you get a call, a text message, an email, right, saying, yep, they have a job for you. This is what it is. This is what it entails, right? It's all online. All online. You can work from home. But here's what they need to do. They need you to send, usually it's a wire transfer, okay? They want you to send them money, or sometimes a cashier's check, but usually that's not the case. But it's always you make a payment, or just pay through crypto. You want to pay through Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? You want to pay with Doge? Perfect. They just pay with crypto, right? It's the fastest thing to do. But I need you to pay, and usually, well, a couple years ago, started at $100. $100, and we will send you all the tools necessary. But we need to send those tools out immediately so that you can get started on your job. And usually it's like a computer, you're just paying the $100, it's a deposit. That was a couple years ago. Now, I think it's like $500 or $750, something like that, and you get a new Apple computer, right? You get internet, and they'll pay for your internet every single month, so you don't have to pay a thing. And they'll send off some other equipment so that you can do the job that they're asking you to do. So you send them the payment, and you get nothing. That's it. That's the scam. They're just offering you this job which doesn't exist. It's a scam. But yet many people are falling for it. Okay? Just because right now millions of people here in the United States and around the world want this. They want money. That's what they want. And so everybody's willing to do anything possible to get some money. Especially when Americans are falling on hard times. When they can't put food on the table. They're behind on their rent or their mortgage. They can't pay for their car payment. Their insurance has lapsed, right? That's gone. They can't pay for medical bills. They can't pay for their student loans, right? Everything's just falling apart. Their job went away. They got laid off, right? Their benefits gone. So now they're struggling. That's when people are the weakest and most vulnerable. Don't be that person, okay? I've been seeing so many scams that some are very elaborate, some are very basic, but in the end, it's the same thing. They're just trying to take your money. That's it. So, if you know of any other scam out there, make sure you comment down below. Don't put links to all the scams, okay? Because YouTube's just going to go and block those. I don't want to see a link, but let people know what the scam is so that they too can go and research it to make sure that maybe it's something that they're somewhat falling victim to at this time. But if we can help prevent just one person from losing their life savings or even just some money to put food on the table, then I think we've done our job. So I will leave you with that. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing and don't be scammed. And I'll see you guys on the next one.